Have you ever watched other children naturally join a soccer game or catch a ball together while your autistic child stands on the side completely overwhelmed? We remember that feeling very clearly. For a long time, our son either refused to participate in group sports or simply did not understand how to join in. When our son was younger, group sports felt impossible. The noise, the unpredictability, the fast movements, the shouting, the waiting for turns, and the social rules were simply too much. We thought maybe he just disliked sports entirely. But over time, we realized the problem was much deeper than that. Before we continue, please subscribe to our channel, www.youtube.com/@neuroparenting-b4. One thing we learned very quickly is that many autistic children struggle with group sports for reasons that are often invisible to other people. It is not laziness, it is not lack of intelligence, and it is not bad behavior. For our son, there were actually several challenges happening at the same time. First, he struggled with motor planning. Catching a moving ball while understanding where his body should move was extremely difficult. Second, he struggled with social timing. In group sports, children constantly read facial expressions, predict actions, and react quickly. That process can be overwhelming for autistic kids. Third, sensory overload played a huge role. Whistles, children shouting, balls bouncing, shoes squeaking, and people moving unpredictably all around him created enormous stress. At first, we made the mistake many parents make. We pushed him directly into large group activities, hoping he would eventually adapt. Instead, he became more anxious. Sometimes he froze completely. Sometimes he walked away. Sometimes he melted down before the activity even started. Everything changed when we stopped focusing on joining the team immediately and started building the underlying skills slowly and safely. One of the biggest things we learned is that autistic children often need sports broken into very small steps. Neurotypical children may naturally learn through observation, but many autistic children need explicit teaching. Another important thing was reducing unpredictability. Group sports are chaotic by nature, so we started by creating highly structured situations with very clear rules. We also learned that motivation matters enormously. If the activity felt like pressure or failure, our son shut down quickly. But when activities felt playful, predictable, and achievable, he slowly became more confident. The first practical example is something that worked well in a school environment. One gym teacher completely changed our son's experience with ball sports. Instead of immediately placing him into competitive team games, the teacher created partner-based activities first. For example, instead of full soccer matches, children practiced rolling balls slowly to a partner. Then, they practiced stopping the ball with their foot. Then, they practiced short passes with clear visual markers showing where to stand. This was incredibly important because our son needed to understand each individual skill separately before combining them into a full game. The teacher also used visual demonstrations instead of long verbal explanations. She physically showed the movement slowly several times before expecting participation. One thing that helped enormously was predictable turn-taking. The teacher used numbered cones so each child knew exactly where to stand and when their turn would happen. Removing uncertainty reduced anxiety dramatically. Another very important detail was reducing public pressure. Instead of correcting mistakes loudly in front of the group, the teacher quietly modeled the movement again beside him. That protected his confidence. Over time, our son slowly went from refusing ball activities entirely to participating in small group exercises. If your child struggles in sports at school, ask whether teachers can simplify activities into smaller structured steps before expecting full participation in team games. The second example is how we worked on sports skills at home. We realized very quickly that expecting our son to learn ball skills for the first time in a noisy group setting was simply too overwhelming. So we started at home where everything felt safer and calmer. At first, we did not even use real sports rules. We simply focused on making the ball predictable and fun. One of the first activities we used was rolling a soft ball slowly back and forth on the floor. No competition, no pressure, just predictable movement. Then, we added very small goals. Stop the ball with your hands, later, push the ball back, then eventually, throw softly. One important thing we discovered was that softer and larger balls reduced fear significantly. Hard, fast-moving balls created anxiety immediately, especially because motor coordination was difficult for him. We also used visual language constantly. Instead of saying, "Pay attention," we used simple, concrete instructions like "eyes on ball" or "hands ready." Another thing that helped enormously was practicing the same movement repeatedly over many days. Neurotypical children often learn through spontaneous play, but our son benefited from repetition and predictability. One evening, we created a simple obstacle course in the living room. He rolled the ball through pillows, carried it around chairs, and threw it into a laundry basket. Without realizing it, he was developing coordination, body awareness, and confidence with movement. The biggest breakthrough happened when we stopped focusing on winning or performance and instead celebrated participation itself. At first, catching the ball once was a huge success. Then 2 catches. Then short games lasting 1 minute. Small progress mattered enormously. The third example is integrating sports skills into daily life. This became one of the most powerful approaches because it removed the feeling of formal training completely. During walks outside, we casually kicked a ball together for a few minutes. In the park, we practiced throwing pine cones into circles drawn in the dirt. At home, we tossed rolled-up socks into laundry baskets. These tiny, playful moments help develop coordination naturally, without overwhelming pressure. One thing that worked especially well was connecting movement to his interests. Our son loved numbers and routines, so we counted every successful catch together. 1 catch, 2 catches, 3 catches. That structure increased motivation and predictability. We also prepared him socially before group activities. Before attending sports practice, we explained exactly what would happen step by step. First, children warm up, then they pass the ball, then they play a short game, then practice ends. Sometimes, we even used simple drawings showing the sequence of events. Predictability reduced anxiety dramatically. Another important thing we learned was respecting sensory needs. Some days group sports were simply too overwhelming. Loud gyms, crowded spaces, or bad sensory days made participation almost impossible. Instead of forcing participation during overload, we learned to adjust expectations. Sometimes success meant standing near the group for 5 minutes. Sometimes success meant touching the ball once. And honestly, progress was not linear. There were days our son participated happily and then suddenly refused sports completely the next week. That inconsistency was very hard emotionally because we thought we were moving backward. But over time, we understood something very important. Autistic children often need much longer periods of safety and repetition before confidence becomes stable. One thing we want parents to hear very clearly is this. Group sports are not only about physical activity. They involve motor planning, sensory regulation, social communication, emotional regulation, and flexibility, all happening simultaneously. That is an enormous amount for an autistic child to process. Please do not compare your child's progress to neurotypical children. Some autistic kids may never enjoy competitive sports, and that is okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is helping them feel included, capable, and safe participating with others. And if you are currently watching your child stand on the edge of the playground, feeling disconnected from other children, we understand that feeling deeply. We have stood there too. But small steps repeated consistently can slowly build confidence and connection. One successful pass matters. One moment of participation matters. One positive experience can change how a child feels about movement and teamwork for years. And if this video helped you feel supported, please subscribe to our channel, www.youtube.com/@neuroparenting-B4P. We share our real experiences as parents of an autistic child, practical strategies that helped our family, and honest conversations about the challenges neurodivergent families face every day.